And now I have the 3 objects that I have forgotten the name of. And honestly, you're probably going to be like questioning this. I'm going to put Drew. Oh, it's Andrew's Comet, isn't it? That's the name of it. Yes, Andrew's Comet, yes. Hello there, and welcome to a new Simple Rockets 2 video where I'm doing live commentary because that's cool. And today I'm doing a tier list on the Juno system planets, moons, and asteroids. So, I got suggested this by Pedro last night. This thing is pretty epic looking. We got all the planets, moons, and asteroids here, and we're just going to rank them. If you somehow do not know how a tier list works, then you must be living under a very large rock. We have S to D tier here. We don't have an F tier today, but we probably won't need an F tier. S tier is the best and D tier is the worst, so we rank them from S to D, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. If you want to participate in using this tier list, there will be a link in the description to use it. This is actually going to be quite hard, isn't it? I'm not sure if I should go like left to right, or if I should just start picking these out, because some might be harder than others, and I might even have to change these throughout the middle here. I'm going to start with Brigo, I think. So I'm going to put Brigo in B tier, because the only reason I'm putting Brigo in B tier is because other than the large crater in the side, it's pretty boring. It's just the same terrain over the entire object other than this one feature, which is its distinguishing feature. So that's kind of the reason why I'm putting it in B tier. It's very it's got the one really cool thing, but the rest is all crap and boring. Well, not crap, but just boring. So that's why I'm putting it in B tier, at least for now. I might change it later. I believe this is Jastros. I'm going to put this is a moon of Urados, I believe. This is actually quite hard. I've never actually landed on Jastros, but I've seen it many times. I'm going to put it B as well for now. This might change because there's obviously quite a few little rocky asteroid type moons here, so this might change. I'm going to pick an S tier here because Volco is definitely an S tier planet. And the reason I say this is because it's so unique. It's so completely unique to any other planet I've ever seen. Even in science fiction, I've never seen a planet that is like this. So it's so cool, honestly. The terrain is cool, and obviously the fact that it's literally half lava and half cold rock, or probably not cold rock, but half rock. It is pretty freaking cool, especially when you try and land on it. It's just so unique and awesome. So that's why I'm putting it in S tier. Okay, I almost got a bit confused here. I almost confused these two, but that's Luna, and that is I'll figure those out. But one I do know the name of is Taurus, and this is actually really hard to rate. I won't lie, because this planet this moon even just got a massive terrain upgrade. I haven't yet gone to it with the terrain upgrade, but I've been to it many times with the old version, which was just completely flat, kind of boring. But from what I've seen from the terrain, this planet would now, in comparison to all the other planets, absolutely be an S tier. But that's just from what I've seen. It might actually be crap, I don't know. I'm going to do Luna next. Now this is just, another moon. This is exactly like our moon. And honestly, this is it's cool and all, but it's just another Earth moon parody, if you get what I mean. So that's why I'm putting it in B tier. I mean, of course we have Brigo, and we also have TT in Drew orbit, so it is very unique in that sense. But we do just straight up have the moon with some other different features, so it is kind of similar in that regard. So next up we have, I believe this is Boreas. Believe is what this one is. I would say this is probably the first one that is going to be an A tier. I really like the look of Boreas, at least from space. I've landed on it once, but I honestly can't remember anything about any of the terrain I assume it's pretty simple, but from space it looks pretty awesome, especially when you have the like lens flares coming off reflecting off the ice. It looks so sick from space. Okay, I'm just gonna rate Juno here. So I'm just gonna put it here for a second. So if we had old Juno, where would I put old Juno? I would put old Juno in probably C, because it's just a star that is, you know, the same as every other star in any space game with a solar system, pretty much. They've completely changed it for the better. I genuinely think that this is significantly better than what it used to be, like way better. It looks so cool from the atmospheres of Drew and other planets, and it's just so unique compared to most other typical space games. So that's why I love Juno so much now. I believe, it's hard to tell, but I believe this is Sergeia, or Sergeia, which I don't know how to pronounce it ever, but I'm not gonna lie, I have only visited this planet a single time and I didn't even land on it. I didn't know about this planet for the longest time for some reason. I only found out about it last year, in fact, even though I've been playing the game since it launched on mobile. So that pretty much says about how much I know about this planet. So based on that, I'm just going to put this in B tier, because I don't actually know anything about this planet other than it's like similar to Venus, I guess, but I've never actually landed on it or anything, so I honestly do not know. So I guess we'll do Urados next, or Urados, I don't know how you say this either. So this is, you know, basically another copy of a planet in our solar system, but I will say this one is actually cooler in my opinion. First of all, it has epic textures on it, like on the actual planet, like gas cloud things, I guess. It looks almost scaly and it's really cool. And the second reason I like this over our version, I'm not going to say the name, you know why, is because it has like significantly more massive rings, clearly right here, as you can see. In fact, this planet is like, I would say it's closer to Saturn, honestly, just because of the rings and the fact it's, you know, a gas giant. I'm going to be putting this in A tier for that reason, because it's actually quite unique, I think. I can't remember the name. Oh, this is one of Silero's moons, isn't it? I have no idea. I literally cannot remember the name of the other one. This one is Dione, maybe. So I'm just going to put this one. This is going to be our first C tier, because this asteroid is pretty freaking funny. I've actually landed on this one before a few times and taken pictures and stuff, more than most of the other asteroids. And this is like honestly one of them. It literally looks like a meatball. Like, you can't say that doesn't look like a meatball. It literally does look like a weird meatball. But both for that reason and because the terrain is pretty like boring. There's no craters really. It's just kind of like bumpy terrain. That's why I'm putting it in C tier. It's not very unique in terms of asteroids. But next we have this one, which is near Nebra, I believe. And this is another planet with an atmosphere just like Taurus. We have a lot of atmospheres in the Juno system, don't we? So this, I believe, if you can look right there, this planet has lava and volcanoes on it. Well, it had volcanoes on it. So the volcanoes can be pretty fun, just for like, you know, throwing druids in and stuff like that. Not that the lava ever does much, but because it has volcanoes that, you know, look pretty cool, they could look cooler, but they look pretty cool. I'm also going to put this in A tier, but it's not definitely below Taurus in terms of its terrain, because it has almost no terrain at all. It's mostly liquid water, or not water, it's like probably methane or something, I don't know, or nitrogen, I don't know. So yeah, that's why it's below Taurus, because Taurus has significantly better terrain now. Could we get a rework for both Nebra and Boreas terrain someday, please? That'll be cool. Let's see. Now I've got to remember the names of half of these. I mean, I obviously know this is Drew, and honestly, you're probably going to be like questioning this. I'm going to put Drew in C tier because Drew is pretty boring. As in, like, in my opinion, it's pretty much as boring as Earth is. I mean, Earth isn't that boring, but as someone who's lived on Earth their entire life, I can tell you Earth is boring compared to what we could see out in the universe. So this could have been, you know, more unique, like for example, a planet from the Jovis system. The Jovis system is really unique because it doesn't have an Earth-like planet. It has an Earth, like a planet similar to Earth, but it's like very, very different. Very different. It's got very unique terrain, and it's just a completely different color, of course, and it has a much thicker atmosphere and stuff. Let's do TT since that's the last, you know, object in Drew orbit here. I'm not gonna lie, I really love TT. It's like way cooler looking than like the other asteroids. Like look at the difference between these two. That color is so sick compared to that one. That is literally just a meatball. This looks like some organic thing. It's so cool, and it's also got very difficult terrain, of course. I've been to TT a few times, and it's got really difficult terrain to land on, so that is the only like downside of it, I guess. But it looks so cool, honestly. Like the colors on it are so like unique. For that reason, this is going in probably A or S tier because it is by far, in my opinion, spoilers, the best asteroid. Alright, let's do Tydos next. This is once again another one of those planets where it's just just basically Jupiter but with different colors. Well, not even that, it's got the same colors, they're in just in different positions. It does have more storms or hurricanes, I guess you could say, on its surface. As you can see there's two right there. There's another one at the bottom which is like similar to the red spot but smaller, and for that reason it's just Jupiter, isn't it? I'm putting it right here in the middle because it's got the same kind of like, it's similar to Uranus, except Uranus is a bit more unique because it's not like Saturn. It's like different because it's, you know, blue instead of the same colors as Saturn. And this one is a bit more unique than this one. This one has like really cool crater on it with like material that's been clearly shown to be like thrown across the surface of the asteroid. It's got like more than one color, and so it's a tier above, you know, this one. It's just better, isn't it? Like, look at the difference between these two. This one is so boring, in my opinion. Although it does have like better terrain as well. Like, look, there's like bumps here. This one's just literally a potato or a meatball that's been squashed. So this one's actually got good terrain. So in fact, because of that reason, I'm going to put it here because it has the better terrain. Let's do Silero next. This is, you know, I could once again go with the story that this is basically just a carbon copy of Mars. But there is a few things that I will say that are quite unique on this, and that's the reason I'm going to put this in A tier here. Silero has really unique looking poles where there's like these cool, I'm not even sure if they're intentional, but it has these cool like spirals on them, and they look so cool, but they also kind of look uncanny, but they look so cool. Silero actually does have quite unique terrain compared to Mars. It has different terrain, at least on parts. There's not a copy of every single mountain or anything. Yeah, that's pretty much the reason. And that's actually that's why I'm going to put Brigo up one. Then we have, I believe this is Hypattion, right? Yeah, this looks like a bean. It literally looks like a bean. Is more unique in my opinion, not in terms of terrain, but in terms of looks from space. It looks better in my opinion than Jastras, because it has these like little speckled craters on it. Other than that, it's not much better because the terrain's pretty boring, honestly. It's literally like, look at this, it's a bean and then it has like just nothing on it except those little craters. And now I have the three objects that I have forgotten the name of, but we're going to figure this out. Oh, it's Handrew's Comet, isn't it? That's the name of it. Yes, Handrew's Comet. Yes, that's the name of it. Okay, so we got Handrew's Comet here. Andrew's Comet is this is actually really hard to rate, but I'm going to actually put this is the interesting decision. I'm going to put this in S tier, but it's behind TT. If we were ranking these, left to right, it would be behind TT. TT's look is so unique, but Andrew's Comet is also very unique. Like, look at this shape; it's a really unique shape. Of course, like there's not many other bodies other than this one here and maybe Jastrus at certain angles. There's not many other objects that have this really unique shape here. I love how this thing orbits Juno and not a planet, and it's like quite hard to get to. So that's like the main reason I really like it. I wish we had like 2 or 3 more of these Juno orbiting asteroids. Those would be really cool. Alright, well, I remembered the name of this one. I can't remember the name of the other one. This is Miros, isn't it? So Miros is a moon of Tydos, I believe. And I think it's like similar to Callisto in a way, but I can't really tell what it's meant to be like a parody of, I guess. Miros I kind of don't like much, other than it has a really, you can't see it in this image unfortunately, but it has a nice color to it. So we have the typical moon, this is very similar to the moon, I won't lie, they're so similar, except the colors, right? So first of all, this is darker, this is even darker, and then another feature which you can't see in this image is it has an even darker kind of reddish color. It literally is Luna V2 in a way, from how it looks at least. I've never visited it on the surface, but I'm going to put it behind Luna, or in front of Luna, because I like the colors more than Luna, but it's still in B tier. In fact, this is a top B tier, isn't it? And this is the one I can't name. Why can I not name the one I said 10 times last night? I'm just going to have to look this up, aren't I? Let's look on Discord. Oh wait, no, I can just use my my art here. Just realised I could use this. Let's see. Ignore all these. I have this grouped, I believe. Yes, Orcus. That's the name. I got it. Let's go. Thank you, past me. All right, Orcus. So this is Orcus. I will say, this is one of the most unique moons in the entire Juno system, but unfortunately, I don't like it very much. For a few reasons. First of all, you know what I'm going to say. It looks like it has brain on it, or a parasite on the surface of it. It just looks so out of place. I think that could have been done a bit better, maybe. At least from how it looks from orbit. The rest of it, it's kind of cool looking, because it has these orange, dusty bits on the blue surface. But once again, it's literally the same blue as Jastrus and Boreas. So it's this is actually really hard to rate. In the top of A tier above Boreas, because it's a bit more unique than Boreas, isn't it? But it's just the same color, isn't it? So this is it. This is the entire tier list from top to bottom. We have Volco, or actually I could rank these in position, but this is almost perfect already. So we have Volco. Actually, I would put Taurus above Volco. So we have Taurus, Volco. Juno's gonna go at the bottom there. We have TT, Andrew's asteroid, or Andrew's comet, sorry. Oh, I just think I remembered the name of one of these. We have Juno. We have how did I forget the name again? Orcus. We have Orcus. We have Orcus here. We have Boreas. We have Urados. We have Nebra. I believe Right, okay, I think I've got this right now. One of these is called Herma, or is that one of the moon? No, I think one of these is called Herma. So I believe this one would probably be called Herma, and this would be Dione. So we got Dione. If I'm right, that'll be pretty legendary, but I'm not sure. So we might have Dione. We have Silero, Brigo, Hypathion. It's called something. It's called Miros, that's what it's called. Jastrus, Luna, Sergia, Tydos, possibly Herma, and Drew. Drew is literally Drew is the bottom one. Okay, I would put Drew above Herma at least, but Drew is not having a good time here. Alright, well, that's it. This tier list is done. If you want a link to the tier list, it will obviously be in the description, and I'm going to be doing another tier list soon once 1.0 comes out of all these stock crafts, all the new stock crafts. That's going to be really fun to do because there's a lot in that video. And so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.